Hey, welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Leo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know that I like to look at not just what goes on the surface. I always look at the spiritual blocks and shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. It gives you an opportunity to heal because you're able to see things from a different perception. You're able to see what behaviorisms you have that come from your triggers and vice versa. And inevitably, you're able to integrate the spiritual lesson by integrating new habits, new belief systems. If you don't understand, you will just follow along. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlying energy that is dictating what's happening in your situation. Now, if you are someone that's in need of shadow healing, you definitely want to check out my shadow healing coaching program. You can find all the information by clicking on the link in my description box by going to Patreon. Is it Patreon? Yeah, Patreon, not Patreon. Yeah, Patreon. Not Pioneer, I was thinking, and I was like, nope, Patreon. And it's like when you click on that, it'll take you to all my different shadow healing coaching programs, as well as psychic development course, mediumship circle, and a lot of other things. So you definitely want to check out the again description box. And if ever you forget the word of the day, it'll always be there as well as important links. All right. Now let's see what's going on in your situation. Attachment. You're going to write that word in your comment bar. So I feel like, Leo, you are connected to, I don't know if I said that the reading was for Leo, but it's going to be for Leo. I feel like you're connected to somebody that you don't really want to be connected to anymore. I feel like it's a situation that was supposed to be over, that everybody knows that it's over, but that one person like refuses. They keep trying to make it work. I feel like the relationship never really was good, to be honest with you. And that this person just continually tries and tries and tries and tries. And like your person is just like, I don't know what to do. I feel bad. They actually feel bad to the point where I feel like they abandoned what they wanted. It's like this is right on the top and it keeps calling to me. Almost like the where they feel like they're hopeless, right? But really the truth of the matter is that they're insecure. No one's powerless. It's like that's what this person is acting like. So again, you're connected to a person that feels bad. It's like, but has been manipulated forever through their emotions. So they're an empath and they don't know that they're an empath. So you're connected to this person and you have a very strong ESP soul connection, something that they have never experienced before. Never experienced before. And I actually feel like you are this twin flame energy. That's what I'm feeling. We're going to see within the cards why I'm feeling that. But this is the underlining energy. The underlining energy is that someone has an attachment to somebody that your person has an attachment to the person that's connected to you, and that your person is so insecure about it. It's like when we love ourselves, we like are able to set appropriate boundaries. We have to love ourselves enough. And I feel like for a very long time, your person was, like I said, manipulated. So do their emotions. So it's again when we ask the hidden truths, what do they feel about you? They want you. So there's a lot of passion there. And I feel like for a long time it would have just been easier. They're the type of person that really has been manipulated, like I keep saying, through their emotions. But the thing is, it's like they didn't really mind it after a while. They have such like even keeled temper that it was like, well, whatever it is, it is. I'll make my own happiness. I just feel like at this point they can't do it. I wish I had treated you better. It's like this person knew that you were genuine. It's the connection that scared them because, again, they have someone that they're connected to. So they're almost like knew that they couldn't pursue anything with you because of that person. I wish I could share my good news with you. They are making changes in their life, but they're doing it themselves, which is good. They're not doing it for anyone. And I feel like they needed to get to a place where they were fed up. And so it's again part of them healing is actually not just detaching, but working on themselves. It's like it said, this person was able to be, controlled because they were so insecure. I look for you everywhere. They almost like wish that they can bump into you. It's like I feel like so much time has gone by because it's like they didn't. I think that for a long time they've tried to break away from this person, but the karmic, I'm gonna call it a karmic, it's like they just would manipulate them, and it was easy to do because again they're insecure, but also because I feel like every time like the karmic would break away, break away, break away, break away, to the point that it was almost like you're just familiar. Like now I'm confused. Maybe I do have feelings for you, but I feel like that karmic did everything in that relationship. Like I feel like the karmic is really insecure because they're with a person that they know does not love them, knows it without a question of a doubt, but they manipulate, they gaslight. It's like, and they've been doing it for a long time. It's just your person that never really cared before. We will be together again. They feel like you're really that person. I've been getting this story a lot lately. Like, please, whoever needs to get back together with their person, get back together with their person. Because the storyline is like, again, a little bit different, but it's pretty much, again, connected to someone that they don't want to be connected to, living a life that they don't want to live, being insecure, being being insecure not just to leave their situation, but to even reach out to you and have a conversation because of how they treated you. And they treated you badly because they, again, put the karmic person first. And I feel as if it's like it's an obligation. I feel obligated, and that's because the karmic makes them feel that way through the gaslighting. Look how much I've done for you. Look at what I've done. Your life wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for me. Maybe some of them even have kids together. Look, I already gave you your kids. Look at the home that I created for you. Look how horrible that you treated me over the years. You owe this to me. So it's confused your person to the point that it's like the karmic's like, I'm just gonna make you always feel powerless. I'm gonna beat you down, make you feel responsible. But they love you unconditionally, and they karmic knows it. The karmic knows it. And they're so like jealous. They're so jealous and so toxic. It's like, and the irony is if they would just back off your person, like your person would then get a little bit more confused. But the more crazy that they get, because they're like, you're here, but you're not here. You're connected to somebody else. You're waiting for me to like throw you out. You're not going to do anything. And your person literally didn't do anything. They're not doing anything one way or the other. They're not coming towards you, but they're also not doing anything for that karmic. And that karmic is so mad because they continue to give in hopes that, you'll feel more responsible for me. But the thing is, somewhere along the lines, your person was like checked out on an emotional level, got more connected to you, even though you're not together. I guess from them thinking about you, feeling bad about how they treated you, feeling that deep connection, that they're sitting there with the karmic, and the karmic's getting more crazy. And it's like your person's like, I definitely know that I don't want to be with you because you are like controlling your everything's manipulative. Might have not seen your manipulation and your tactics before, but I definitely see them now. I definitely see them now. And one thing I know for sure is Virgo wouldn't do that to me. I know that for sure because again, she didn't or he didn't. They left. They're entertaining themselves. They have a life. Where is your life? You don't have a life. Your life, you want me to be your life. And that's where it's freaking your person out because they have a trauma around being controlled. So it's like you didn't do anything when you just walked away, but you didn't do anything, but you did everything for this person when you did that. They're looking at themselves because again, they can't stop thinking about you. They just can't stop thinking about you. And it's because it's like, it's real. The karmic wasn't real, but they had a hard time in saying, I can't differentiate. See, this is how good God is. This is how good the universe is, because the universe is God, always knowing what we need. And it's so amazing because it's like that karmic, your person was never supposed to be with, but has been manipulated to the point into actually believing it, feeling responsible because they're insecure, couldn't tell the difference until the universe brought you along into their life. And bringing you along into their life and having you walk out of their life, they're like, oh, I can see the difference. I can see the difference. That's counterfeit. And that's a counterfeit because it gives me fear. I'm bound to it. It's like I have rules. I don't feel free. When I'm with Virgo, I feel free. It feels like home. It feels right. I can tell the difference. And that karmic is so fucking mad because they're like, why isn't anything working anymore? So I feel like it's gonna blow. Like it's gonna blow. Like your person's not gonna be like held captive anymore. They're not. They're not gonna feel like hopeless and powerless. They felt powerless before. Well, that's why. Feel that crazy energy, right? Just being near you is intoxicating. Yeah, because you got a life. You have a life. You don't need them to entertain you. And this person has intimacy issues to begin with because they would have never got into a connection that was an attachment. Became an attachment because it was codependent right from the beginning. They couldn't tell because of they're an impact. And they, again, are not emotionally intelligent. So when you're not emotionally intelligent and you're an empath, then it's very difficult to differentiate whose energy is whose. And so they overgave. And because they overgave, it was like, again, that karmic had a hold on them for many, 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 many years. I feel like it wasn't like a little bit of time. And they might have not even been together. And it might have been just somebody that came in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, but nevertheless always had a hold. And they were cocky about it, like, yeah, that's right, I know exactly what to do. That's why they would try every trick in the book. They were not letting it go. They're like, nope, it's gonna work. Nope, it's gonna work. Nope, it's gonna work. And your person's like, I like at first like I said, I can go with it because I have always gone with it. But after a while, they were like, no, they felt too guilty. They were like, I see the difference. I see the difference. And but that's why they're like embarrassed because it's also like, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? We incarnated together to clear specific patterns from our ancestral bloodline. So again, this is a soul connection and again, divine connection to help, again, clear ancestral patterns of codependency is what I'm feeling. We are coming into union. I feel like they feel as if they're coming into union because they feel that you're that person. It's again, they can tell the difference. They've had a lot to think about. In the separation. They're feeling like if it's real, it's gonna work. I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true. And I pulled away in fear. It's like again, almost like you were that person. They knew that you were that person. But it's again, I believe that karmic was like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as true love. Look at us. This is what it looks like. I am your person. This is like, and your person was like for a long time, oh, yeah, maybe, but it's like, now your person's like, no, you're not my person. I see the difference. But I think that again, being with someone that gaslights you, that's a narcissist like that, it's proven to have brain damage when you're in a narcissistic relationship for long periods of time because when you get out of that relationship, if you stay in the relationship, you get worse than people, then you feel like you're crazy when really you're not crazy, when you're gaslit to the point where you feel like you're not safe. It swells your amygdala. It conditions your nervous system to live in survival mode. You form behaviorisms that literally are all about survival that block you from having real good relationships later on. And that's the problem. Like what I see here, your person has been around somebody that's that toxic for a long time. Yes, they finally see the difference, but it's like it's the damage the healing that needs to be done. I daydream about you. Sometimes it's sexual, other times I visualize our future together. I think that the person is trauma also creates for us not to be in the present moment. They daydream a lot. 5D connection, it's avoidance, it's disconnection, it's a place of safety because again, they were with that, and that's what the karmic felt. The karmic feels this shit. This is why the karmic is going berserk because they feel this, and they're like, somebody's here without them being here. And that's what they're freaked out about. And it's like, even though I've done everything, I don't feel deserving. And it's affecting my levels of abundance and openness. So it's again, they know that. But I also believe that karmic like tries to do whatever they can to try and get money to make them feel responsible because they know the more you give me, the more that you'll feel obligated, the more that you'll. So it's like a kind of like witchcraft and without, and I don't know whether they know that it's witchcraft, but it's definitely this. I'm going to condition you. I'm going to condition you. And with a highly sensitive person, that's what it is. But true love can't break it. And that is like right there, folks. There it is. It's true love. When it's real and not counterfeit, you can tell. You can definitely tell the difference, and you don't want the counterfeit. It's like even with this person in separation, they're like, wow, I can't take it. So even the separation, they're like, I can't take it with you with being separated. I'm daydreaming about you all day, and that karmic is like, I've done everything, and you're still doing this. Sorry, hold on a second. I'm gonna just check that a second. Okay. So I always say I want to pull the inner child wounds. Why did you attract this person? Why did this person attract you into their life? Right. Um, and so I pulled inner authority. I pulled, and that's again when we have to listen to ourselves. Where you see like kid like almost looks tough, right? Where this person needs to integrate listening to the inner authority. The inner child wound was that they weren't allowed to form that. Again, as an empath, they felt obligated to heal the family. They felt obligated to do for the family. I feel like this is what you and this person also have in common. It's again like goes to like you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. So inner authority, crafts and creativity, finding your gifts, losing yourself. Again, if you're the had to be again the healer of the family or the fixer of the family, the savior of the family, well, then you didn't find yourself as in, going out and doing a lot of things, but a lot of times the trauma does create creativity. So whether that's getting a skill, an art skill, or it's again creative thinking is always how I think. So I feel like you both put time into yourselves, and then that's how you really find yourself. And so there sometimes again our shadows are gifts. We uncover gifts. Discipline, needing to again be true to ourselves in order to get out of a situation, especially for this karmic. They would obviously need to listen to themselves, put their time in not just focusing on getting out, but for themselves and creating themselves, which I kind of feel like is what they did. And that really does take discipline, but that makes you to be disciplined. It makes you be grounded, makes you again your person had I feel like disconnection, and that's from trauma from childhood that sometimes we don't even go through the experience. I feel like your person watched their parent go through trauma, and because they inherited that trauma from their parent and then being highly sensitive and trying to be the fixer of that. So maybe when the parents got a divorce, some sort of trauma happened, which made your person step into that role. I also feel like for you, you're also highly sensitive, and that's your connection to this person. And you put the time into yourself because obviously this person did not put the time into you in the beginning because they felt obligated to a karmic. And so, again, that also took discipline for you to stay on course. And again, because abandonment. So the trigger for you is abandonment. Like, where were you? And for your person, they abandon themselves because they're like, I really don't want to be attached to this karmic, but it's like, I feel obligated. But again, when you don't do what you need to for you, you're actually abandoning yourself. So it was all about listening to the inner authority about what you both wanted and following that. And so you did that, Virgo. And when you did that, that's when your person was like, oh, I can tell the difference. And now I'm going to listen to my inner self and do it too. So that's where it's at. They're making their way back. They're making their way back. And what is the energy that we can say that we should pull into our situation in order to balance it, to heal it, to, again, sometimes we just need a little extra guidance that's going to smooth out, balance out the relationship, help the relationship, like you said. Freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace, in my heart and discover that being of light within me. I feel like both of you grew up in a not so easy um, childhood. And so the karmic themes are that relationships are a lot of times difficult, where you wind up not getting what you feel like you need, and obviously your person. And so it's about being true to yourself. And again, you can't go back in time. So this talks about freedom, freedom from your anger, freedom for, especially for your person, again, being in a very toxic relationship. And as I said, I feel like you both kind of had that because of the childhoods that you grew up in. So where we again live karmic themes. So not necessarily that your parents were narcissists, but playing a role, the fixer or the healer, the do-gooder, like is the role. But then when you play that role, you actually abandon yourself because you're not listening to yourself. So it's about continually to like work on your wounds, realize your wounds to create doubt and resentment and guilt, because it's again, you can't create your reality without those wounds. So we again blame other people. We're like, no, it was this person. Well, again, the karmic experience made you create certain behaviorisms, but everything is to learn. So in order to free yourself, you have to forgive and you have to learn to let go. And so that's really what this is talking about, is talking about um, you and this person have a spiritual bond, and how they treated you really was not, great. So if you love this person, you have to free yourself from the doubt and continue to work on yourself. Don't be codependent. Break those bonds, and your person too. Like, because they tend to actually really be in codependent relationships. And, like I said, be in your own light, find your own light, continue to do that. And as you do that, the anger and the resentment dissipate, because really the anger and the resentment that happen, that it get accumulated from relationships that are not, that end, but there's no learning. We just feel like that person just did something to us, and it just kind of stays without integrating the lesson. It's like the energy is not just gone, it changes us. And we don't realize that that's how we become chained to a reality where really it's like you have wounds. Yes, this person has a wound, but it's the freedom. It's the freedom to live your own life without those things. But you can do that by transmuting the energy. And that's why I say the extra part, because it's easy to say, oh, freedom, just forgive. It's not easy to forgive. It's only easy to forgive if there you can transmute the negative energy. So I believe this person comes into your life to help you, and you then to transmute your both of your like negative energies that you have and this person has separately, but then also that you would again do that by healing and forgiving for what this person has done to you. And your person would learn vulnerability. They would learn to be able to be in a relationship again, one that's not so toxic, by not losing themselves, right? The freedom is that. It's like I don't lose myself in the guilt. I don't lose myself in other people's feelings and emotions, and vice versa. I'm going to leave that there, Leo. Let me know whether you resonated with this. And if you did, don't forget to write the word attachment in your comment bar. And if I did, remember, I'll write the word winner underneath. And we'll talk soon. All right. Talk to you all soon later. Bye.